This is Joseph Yusuf at JohnTheHutDweller. Now, as you could recall from my videos, I don't know if I've talked about this much, I started going to Islamic Foundation in 95, 96, and it was because of my interest was the Bosnian conflict. Now, growing up, I always kind of had questions about my ancestry, and I figured, we may be from Bosnia or whatever like that, because people from Argentina, there's a lot of Slavs, a lot of Arabs. I didn't know what was going on, and I felt compassion and solidarity for them because I was lukewarm Muslim faith. No real faith to speak of, but I had identity with those people, and it was around the age 14 where you kind of want to identify. You're looking back at your past to find out who you are, and I really kind of took them in as my own people, even though it was definitely Syrian Arab that I'm descended from. It took me a while to find out my ancestry, as it does most people. As you know, my last name isn't really a name. It's just a word. It's always son of who or son of this person. But we didn't know, were they communists, were they Jews, were they gypsies, why did they flee, why did they go to Argentina, all these questions. I'm not going to go into that right now. But up until a few weeks ago, I knew the Bosnian genocide took place, and it was irrefutable proof, and the people who participated in the massacres, it's unexcusable, and it's wicked, it's anti-Christian, those people really aren't Orthodox, and none of the bishops participated in it. There was a few stray priests, and blah 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 blah. Not so much anymore. I invite everybody to re-examine what went on in the Balkans. And if you look at the ethnic cleansing that took place in Kosovo, not by the Christians but by the Muslims, if you look at the atrocities between 92 and 95, but just like how Russia invaded Georgia to protect innocent people, there were Serbs that helped people. Now, there was blood on all sides, Croat Catholic, Serbian Orthodox, and Bosniak Muslim. Now, the Serbs were the only ones that let UN peacekeepers into their quote-unquote concentration camps, where you see people playing chess, joking around, saying, oh, we have a great time here, this is fine, thank God for them, they're protecting us from the rebels and this and that. And you can watch this footage. But there is footage of the reporter Penny Marshall, not the Penny Marshall from, what was it, Happy Days or Laverne and Shirley, not that lady. But she actually went behind this enclosure of a barbed wire fence that was around a transformer, an electrical transformer, and shot the pictures through that, so it looked like these people were behind barbed wire. Well, they came up to the fence to talk to her. They're like, no, and you can see they're telling them, no, it's fine. This is not a death camp. It's it's only provisional. Well, the Bosnians and the Croats never let the UN peacekeepers into their camps, where they held many Serbs. It was convenient for Clinton to start bombing Serbia because of the Lewinsky thing, and we know that he bombed the aspirin factories in Sudan or Somalia because, just to get it off the front page, he knew they weren't arms factories. Kosovo, since 99. In 99, it was about 40% Serb, 60% Muslim. Kosovo is now 98% Muslim. They've ejected all the people, burned down their houses, they've destroyed 150 ancient churches, torn down monasteries. This is the ethnic homeland of the Serbs. The quote-unquote Kosovo, or Kosovo, as the Muslims say, Kosovo, immigrated from Albania after World War II. That's not their ancestral homeland. It is the ancestral homeland of the Serbs. That's exactly where they're from. And in 2008, Western Europe recognized Kosovo as an independent country. Apparently, you can do that now. You can just give away land. You can breach the UN the statement by the UN to preserve states and not to dissolve them, but they see it fit to just dissolve that, just like they saw fit to dissolve Palestine. Now, you could say Palestine was occupied by the English, but Kosovo is a different story. Before you go saying the Serbs committed genocide in Arkan and Milosevic, Milosevic overreacted, of course, as all governments do. But when we look at the figures, we see 2,000 people died, most of them Serbs, and this is supposedly a genocide against Bosnians. I go look at the footage. Watch the documentaries that are pro-Holocaust genocidal thing, oh, the Serbs are so bad. And then go look at that footage uncut. It's shocking. This is an atrocity. And there is a time when Orthodox Christians must pick up weapons to defend the innocent. And I think that time is rapidly approaching. I don't trust Russia, but Russia has been the only country to look after the Orthodox, no matter where they are, no matter what ethnicity they are, no matter what race they are. Russia looks after the Orthodox. The Serbs held up this sign as the sign of the Trinity. Arkan and his group. Now, I say, oh, Arkan was the evil guy, but I don't have enough information on it anymore, and I've got plenty of doubt, and it's reasonable doubt, and it's evidence. So I got to look into this further. But it's starting to turn my stomach, because we're saying these people are genocidal maniacs. When those were the people who were being slaughtered and killed. When the Serbians enter into unoccupied territory that's occupied by Muslim fanatics and they gun down the Muslim fanatics, oh, that's genocide? No. There's footage from Srebrenica, I think it's called, in 1992 of the Muslim population. The men armed with weapons as the Muslim women are, shouting, yeah, and they're expelling the Serbian people, and they walk them into the forest and execute them. It's up on YouTube. Check it out. Educate yourselves. Do not believe the media. Just like they said the flotilla was a terrorist attack. Protestants are going to have to pay for what they did. And I do mean Protestants. This white, right-wing, fascist American crap has to stop. It's got to stop now. The Orthodox people are slow to anger. When you wake them up, we join solidarity just like the Muslims join in solidarity. And if another war breaks out, I would be ashamed of myself if I didn't pick up an AK-47 and go. Because when it's women and children being slaughtered, I can't say, oh, turn the other cheek. I can't intervene. I live in freedom and in luxury while my Orthodox brothers suffer and die by the hands of Muslims. And I get to sit here and talk about it and philosophize on it, and theorize, oh, this is terrible. No. Maybe I deserve martyrdom. Maybe my life is too easy. God save the Orthodox Christians and God save the Serbian people. I'm not going to say peace.